So right now, here's the next thing we want to do. If they frequently asked questions, so let's go right inside uh, our bubble editor. So this is our group pricing box or group, but we still have space between the edge, the last button and this. So what we can do is click on the group pricing, go to the layout, and the minimum height here should be 0. So that is going to wrap around. So there we have it. So the next thing we want to do is create another group. Let's go back to our UI builder. We create another group. I just hope this doesn't jump up. Yeah, it did. Group PZ, let's look for it up and bring it right down. Alright, so we are going to name this FAQ group FAQ, frequently asked questions. Alright, so we are gonna create okay, this will be a row column first. Because we have this group here, we have another group to the right, so that is horizontal alignment. So let's go to the layout. It shouldn't be fixed width, should expand, and the minimum width should be okay. For now, the minimum width can be 300. Okay, while the maximum width can go to infinity. We are less concerned with that for now. So let's increase the size of the minimum height for now. The minimum height to 1000. So we are going to change it later if it's too much for our design, for the content. So we want to have frequently asked questions group to the left and this to the right. So what we want to do is create another group, another group here, one to the left and one to the right. So let's name this left and let's name this right. All right, now let's look at the size of this. The size of this is, the width is 408, while the width of this is 867. So let's make this should be column, because these are going to stack up on top of themselves. So the width is 408, and for this 867. So let's just go with that for now. Column 867. All right, fine. Now the minimum height for this, let's make it 500 for now, so that it can go down while this is up, just like we have it in this Figma. Alright, so frequently asked questions, text should be inside here. Frequently asked questions, semi-bold 48 pixels and semi-bold. All right, so there we have it. Let's give it some breathing space. Shouldn't be fixed width, so but the minimum width can still be 264. Okay, that's fine as long as it is lower than our mobile breakpoint, which is 320 pixels. The mobile breakpoint is 320 pixels, so this is fine at 264. All right, so still have any questions? Okay, so let's input our text here. Still have any questions? Layouts, give it some breathing space. Minimum width can be 200 if you like. All right, so there we have it. Then see all frequently asked questions. Text, see all FAQs, see all FAQs. All right, there we have it. There we have it. There we have it. Now to create space, that space, let's look at the space. The space there is 50 pixels. So let's give this a top margin of 50. So now we have our space, 50 pixels. So we have our frequently asked questions to the left, and right here we are going to have another one. Can I enroll in multiple courses at once? All right. So for this one, this is what we are going to have first, and when the button is clicked, it is going to display this. So let us create the first one. Let's create the first one. Now we are going to have another group. All right, so let's name this group questions. Now we'll make it a column group. All right, a column group, and let's add let's copy and paste it, and let's name this the answer group. Answer group. All right, so for the question group says, can I do this at once? All right, so we are going to come here and input text. Can I enroll in multiple courses at once? Can I enroll in multiple courses at once? And we have the icon here. We're going to place our icon to the right. But this group is set to column, but it's supposed to be row. So let's change it to row so that our icon can jump to the right hand side where we want it. And let's change our icon to X or to cancel. Let's search for cancel. Okay, I don't know what that's called, or maybe for error, whatever. So let's look for it. So I can see one X here. All right, can see, but at first it is going to be plus, so we need to do a bit of programming here. It is going to be plus at first, so let us choose plus. A plus at first, a plus at first. Let me see if I can search for it. Alright, there's a plus here. There's a plus sign here. So let's leave it like that for now. And let's make this layout space between and give this breathing space. Can I enroll 20 medium? The size of the text is 20. The size of the text is 20 and this is medium 500. Alright, so we have our icon here and we have the text to the left. Alright, so our group questions, let us go to the layout and make it fit height to content, but the minimum height should be 0 so that it can wrap around. Okay, there we have it. Okay, shouldn't be a fixed width actually, so the minimum width can be like, let's say 3, let's say 250 if it wishes. Now the answer group, absolutely having a text here. The text says absolutely. Let's copy the text here. Absolutely blah blah blah. Alright, layout, let's check the group. Should be centralized, center, and let's give it breathing space. Layout, not fixed width. The minimum width can be 200. Alright, there we have it. That's the answer group. Now we want to do a bit of programming here. We don't want this answer group to show at page load, because when the user comes, the user is going to see this question, and when the user presses on this plus button, that is only when the answer should show. So that is what we want to do now. So I'm going to go to the layout and say our answer group should not be visible on page load. Alright, so it's not visible on page load. It's not visible on page load, and it should collapse when it is hidden. Collapse when hidden. Alright, so that's for our answer group. Let me reload this page. Alright, so there we have it. So it's not visible on page load, but it is here. If you check this FAQ group and check the right, let's expand it. So this is our answer group. It is there, but it is not showing, but we can display it. You can turn it on or off at the same time. So what we want to do now is program this button to trigger it to open when it is clicked. Now okay, let's go to appearance and add a workflow. So our workflow would say that when this icon is clicked, then element actions, we come to element actions here and we click on show. So what do we want to show? Which element do we want to show? We want to display our answer group. answer group. All right, we want to display it. So now let us test it out. Let us reload our page. You can click on preview here. We click on preview. Let's click on preview. All right, it just opened another tab. So let's go straight down and all right, and click on this button. As you can see, it's just displayed our answer. And how can we trigger it back to go off? So we can do that by, let's go back to our page, our design. All right, so we can set another event here, another event, and say that, all right, so this new event will say that an element is clicked. So when our, so yes, this is the importance of naming your elements very well, because you might need to search for it. So let me rename this plus icon as FAQ plus icon, so that I can quickly and easily recognize it in my workflow. So I'm going to click on it and edit workflow. So the first workflow I set is this, which is when this icon is clicked, this should happen. And I'm setting another workflow on that same icon. When this element is clicked, which element? FAQ plus icon. When it is clicked, the element actions hide. Okay, let me delete this and go again. When this is clicked, add an action. So I'm going to go to element actions and click on hide. So which element do I want to hide? I want to hide the answer group. I want to add the answer group, but it is only when I'm going to set another condition, that is, it is only when the answer group it is only when, okay, let me delete this. So just like I was saying, I'm going to set the condition. Okay, let me close this. So I'll click on this again. That is, this action is the one that hides the answer group, and this one is one that shows it. Show answer group, hide answer group. So I'm going to create another condition on this hide, that it is only when the answer group is visible, that is only when it should hide it. We are putting two functions on the same button, so we need to create a different. Okay, let me show us what that means. We are going to reload our page. So now when I click on the first action we did was, when we click on it, it should show, and this is it. When the FAQ plus icon is clicked, this is it. When it is clicked, answer group is visible. Now the second one we are going to do now is, show answer group. Okay, the first one is that when the plus icon is clicked, it should show answer group, which we just noticed now, or which we just did now. And to close it, to hide it, we told it to hide it only when that answer group is visible. So let us go back and click it. You see, so it will hide it. Click open and click hide. So we just programmed that. Now let's go back to the design. All right, so we just programmed it like that. So now we can replicate this for the rest of the answers. What kind of support can I expect from instructors? So what we can just do is replicate this answer group, this question. Or okay, let us add this answer group and question group inside. This is what I mean. I'm going to select this answer group, hold shift and select the question group and group the elements in a column container. All right, so I'm going to name this QA group. That is question and answer group. Question and answer group. This is the answer group. This is the answer group. All right. This is the answer group. But now I have both of them inside this QA group. So now I can copy the QA group. And paste it again. I'm sorry, that's not working well. So to have a multiple of this, we have to convert the first one to a reusable element, which is group questions. Okay, let's right click on it. Sorry, I mean this is the QA group. If you right click on it, we convert it to a reusable element and name it QA3. All right, QA3. All right, let's go back to our index. All right, so if we check our Figma file, we have 1 2 3 4 5 of them. So let's go back to the first one and convert to reusable element QA4 create. All right, go back to our index, convert the first one again to QA5, convert to reusable element QA5. We are doing them separately like this so that because they contain unique contents. They contain unique content, and if we do only one, we will not be able to achieve for the rest of them. So for this one, for this QA, I can edit it and change the question to what kind of support can I expect from instructors. So now I can change the text to this. All right, so there I have it. Let's go back to index page, yes. So I have a different question. Now, to add the next one, I'm going to add my QA3, QA3, QA4, QA5. So that way I can edit them separately. Let me edit this. Let me put in the answer for this. Edit reusable element. So in the elements tree, I can open the answer and change the answer as well. Okay, I don't think the answer is here, but let's take for instance that the answer is this. Let's say the answer is, okay, let's say yes. What kind of support can I expect? Oh, okay, you can expect all support. So that way we have a different answer, and we can replicate the same for every other question on the page. So let's look at our preview. Let's reload. So here's our preview. If I click on this, absolutely, and that it closes. Click on this, you can expect all support. It closes. I click on this, it closes. Click on this, it closes. Click on this, it closes. Click on this. All right. So I feel what is happening here is this. It's because we've not edited. Okay, let's go back to edit the last one. Let me edit this one. Let me edit the reusable element, and let me go to the elements tree, the Q5. Okay. All right. This is the elements tree, and now I'm looking for the answer icon. Okay, I think we made a mistake while we were copying the group. I mean, why we were making this a reusable element, because I cannot find. Okay, in a nutshell, you can see how differently this and this behaved, but when it comes to this, okay, yeah, I think the last two are the ones with the issues. So we can, to save our time, you can replicate what we did for the first three as well and cut the issue with the last one. As you can see, it's made only the text and the icon only reusable element. Okay, as a matter of fact, let me delete the Q5. Okay, this is the Q5, so I can delete Q5 from here. Q5, yeah, Q5 and Q4, they are the ones misbehaving, because when we were converting them to reusable elements, I think this was what happened. I think we selected only this. So we have to select everything, the group questions, that is everything that contains what we want to use. So let's convert to a reusable element and name it QA4. QA4. All right. So let's go back to our index page. Now I'm going to, okay, this is a deleted reusable element. So let me delete this. Oh, sorry. I don't want to do that. All right. So this is the third one, the QA3. We deleted the 4 and 5, so we are going to delete them here as well. All right. So let me add the 4, the 4 that I just did again, and let me reload the page. So this should behave the way we want it to. Okay, it is not. I think we still made the same mistake. But I think we get the point. So let me show us the mistake we made. The mistake we made again while making this QA4 a reusable element. So let me click on this QA4. Let me click on this QA4 and edit it. Edit reusable element. Now we can see the structure. But let me edit this Q3. And let me select Q3 from here. So we can see the difference. There's a plus sign here, and we have our group here. But in the QA4, this QA, we want QA4. There's no plus sign in this QA4, and that is the issue we are having. So I'm going to delete this again. As a matter of fact, I need to get this done. I'm going to delete this reusable element. Go back to our page, click on the deleted reusable element, delete it again, and now this time around I'm going to make sure I select everything. This is left, this is right. All right, this is QA group. Okay, this is where the problem was. What I was turning to a reusable element was group questions and not QA group. It's supposed to be QA group. The QA group is the one that has everything inside. I mean, the box that contains everything. I mean, I call it the master box. All right, so I'm going to click on this. I think I should do it from here. Convert to a reusable element and name it QA4. All right, and click on create. Okay, so let me go back to index and do the same for 5. Index, I'll do the same for 5. QA group, convert to reusable element, QA5. All right, I just created it. Now let me go back to my index page. Okay, yeah. So now I'm going to add my QA4 from here. QA4, QA5. That should sort the issue that we are facing. So I'm going to reload the preview. This is QA4, you see. and qa5, qa5, qa5. All right, qa5. Okay, I think there's an issue with the page. Okay, let me just reload it. The issue is coming with the page actually.